Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs and back to our Playwright series. Today we are going to talk about selecting elements based on the layout. It means I'm going to talk about relative locators that you must have seen in Selenium 4 also, that you can inspect the element on the basis of relative locators. You can find using different options. Like for example, let's see there is a button which is left of some other button. So I'm talking about that left of, okay, I'm talking about a right of, I'm talking about below this particular element or below this particular button, and then I'm talking about above and then the near also, and then I'm talking about the near around, let's say 200 pixels. Whatever the elements are there, just capture that. So it's very important and amazing feature provided by Playwright. Exactly same thing is available in Selenium also. And here we call it elements based on the layout. In Selenium we call it relative locators, but actually we are talking about relative locators only. Okay, so let's see first the official documentation. That is what they say, that these are the elements based on the layout. You can check that Playwright can select elements based on the page layout. These are the options are available: right of, left of, above, below, and the near. Okay, so matches element that are to the right of any element matching the inner selected. So you just need to maintain one inner selected, and then you have to write this colon right of. So let's see how to use this. For example, let's say I'm looking for input which is right of this particular text username, and then you enter the value. Right, so let's say there is one login field and you have to enter username, and then this input field, that is a text field which is right of this username field, and the username is what? A label, text label. So from this particular username there is one input is available, and then you enter the value, fill over there. Okay, so one input which is right of this username. Same thing, let's see button which is near one CSS selector promo card, or one element is there having the promo card CSS selector, and then you click on this particular button. So let's see how to do this. So I'll show you a couple of examples, some really interesting examples that I'm going to show you. So let's see, especially for the web table handling, you can easily maintain that. So how will you do this? So for example, let's see, I'll go to selectorshub.com. There is a web table available on this particular page created by Sanjay, and you just slightly scroll it down, and then you can see, let's see, there is a web table, and it's dynamic web table. You never know where exactly joy root is coming and where exactly this Jasmine Morgan is coming. So let's see, my task is you have to click on the checkbox of joy root. So here you don't need to worry about the concept of XPath sibling and all such things. It's very straightforward. What you can do is, I'm just going to open this application with the Playwright from the command line that we've already seen many times in the previous videos. So let's see, I'm going to open this website so that we can inspect and we can check in the DOM from the Chrome DevTools, and then we will use the same locator in the script as well. So now you can see that Playwright inspector got launched, and then you can see this is the Selectors Hub application from the Playwright got launched, and right click on it and simple go to inspect and do one thing, just dock this DOM at the bottom, and just moving over here, go back to, okay, I hope the font size is good here. Right, now see this carefully. I'm just going to inspect joy root, and here you can see the joy root is having A means the link. So from A you have to go to where? You have to go to the respective checkbox. So I'm looking for this particular checkbox, right, which is available actually from the joy root, and joy root actually is available at the right side of this guy, and this checkbox is available at the left side of joy root. So which locator that you are going to use it here? So I'm going to use, let's see, I'm looking for one checkbox which is left of joy root. You can see this is left of joy root, right? So see this, how to create this. So first I inspect this particular checkbox, and then I can see, yeah, this is what a TD is available. Under TD we have an input, you can say that name equal to this and type equal to checkbox. So I'm looking for one input checkbox which is left of joy root. So I quickly write a simple selector here, not the XPath. I'm going to write a basic selector here. So I'll write, this is my Playwright dot $, and I'm going to write that I'm looking for one input where type equal to checkbox. This is the CSS selector, let's see, that I have written. But type equal to checkbox where? It is actually available colon, and then you write left of method from here. Okay, this is a pseudo CSS selector that you have to write. Left of what? Left of joy root. And joy root is what? Joy root is a text. So I'm going to use colon text function over here, or again pseudo test class that I'm going to use. And what is the name of the text? The name of the text is joy root. So joy dot root that you have to write in single quote. It means left of joy root, the left of text joy root, there is one input type equal to checkbox is available. So let's see how many elements it's returning. It's not returning anything. Let's see, we have done some mistake or not. So input type equal to checkbox colon left of text joy root, joy dot root, not hyphen, sorry, my mistake. It's joy dot root actually. Now you can see it's returning you this particular checkbox. Can you see that? This is so nice. So we are going to use the same selector, CSS selector, with the Playwright. So I'll do one thing. This is a Selector Hub application that I have already launched, and then I'm going to use page.locator, and this is the locator that I'm going to use it. And then do what? I simply going to use dot click. That's it. So might be possible that, see this, always good practice that you apply double dollar here, because it might give you, see, 17 elements, because left side of joy root there are n number of checkboxes are available, so it will capture everyone from here. So I'll do one thing, you just give me the first one, right? So that's why I'm saying that page.locator, and then you give me the first one, not the fill, sorry, from this locator, right? You just give me the first one and then you do a dot click. So let's see, it is actually clicking on this particular checkbox, which is immediately available from the joy root. So the page is getting loaded. Okay, and you can see checkbox got selected. This is so awesome, right? You can now create a simple utility function where you just need to pass the name, and then the respective checkbox will be selected. So how will you create a simple function over here? So let's create that. So I'm going to write that public static utility that I'm going to create, and let's see, I'll simply write select a user, something like this. And this method says that you have to give me the user. So I'm giving the username, whatever the username is there. And then I'm going to use the same page.locator over here, and the same username that I'm going to select it here. So how, instead of writing joy.root, I'm going to append this joy.root over here, this username available over here. And then this page is not, we are not able to identify. So I'll do one thing, this page that I'm going to define over here, and let's make it static so that I can use it, and then remove this page from here. Okay, so I can use this page.locator. Let's see this is working or not. So I'm just going to call this particular method select user, and then the name I'm going to use joy.root, and then I want to select one more user. So select user method. So I'm going to select that user as well. So let's see, it should select 2 checkboxes. Okay, so let's run it. So before run it, let me do one thing. Let me just comment it out, this one. And now let's run it. Let's see it is selecting these 2 checkboxes or not. So browser is launched. See, both the checkboxes absolutely got selected here. This is so nice, so amazing, one-line statement, and that's it. Perfect. So this is what the left off we have seen. Now let's see some right off also. So how will you validate the right off? So validate the right off means, let's see, I'm just saying that from joy root, what is the user role? Let's see, ESS it should give. So I'll simply say fine that give me this $, and then instead of left off, I'm going to write right off. It means right off joy root, and this ESS is actually available, and ESS is what? It's a TD. So I'm saying, okay, fine, there is one TD. Okay, there is no type for TD, so just remove this type from here, TD, and then right off this joy root. So see, it's giving you TD ESS. So I can simply use this once again. So I'm going to use this particular selector, copy this, and now I'm saying fine that page.locator, this is the one, and then whatever the first element is available, dot, give me the text of that particular element. So dot text content, and then this is giving you the user role, and whatever the user role it's giving, you just need to print it on the console. So I'm just printing user role on the console. So let's see this is working or not with the user role as well. So for user role, it should give you ESS. Same thing, you can create the utility also for this. Okay, so this is Selectors Hub, it's working, and selecting the checkbox, and let's see it's giving you ESS or not. See, it's giving you its user role here. So you can create one more utility which will return the user role. So see, I'm just going to create, let's say I'm just going to create one more utility, and then I'm going to write that fine, this is what you have to write. Just copy this, paste it over here, and whatever the username that you are passing, the same username you supply here with ++ append it over here, and instead of first text content, that is perfectly fine. Instead of writing select user, I'll say that get user role. So you can just handling a web table here, get user role, and whatever the user role that you are capturing, you just return the same thing from here. So it is giving you the text content. So instead of void, I'll be writing a string here. So now I don't need to write this line, just remove it. I'll say system.out.println. What do you want to print? Get user role. User role for what? User role for, let's see, joy root once again. So pass this particular joy root here. Perfect. So now see, we are creating the utility for the web tables also. Now let's quickly run it and let's see. We are creating a utility also so that it can be used for any web table, any other application, and there is no hardware value. So here you can see ESS is coming. You can cross check with some other users also later on. So this is also absolutely working fine. Let me just comment it out. So what we have seen left off, we have seen right off. Now let's see above and below also. So again, we will come over here, and then let's see, I really want to check above joy root which username is available. So above joy root, Jasmine Morgan is available, right? So I can do one thing, that I can quickly create another Playwright here, $, double quotes, and then I'm looking for Jasmine Morgan, which is another A. So you can see this is my A. I'll say A, where A is available what? Above. So I'll write above and then put a bracket, and above of what? Above of colon a text of joy root. So I'll write joy.root here, R capital. So here you can see Jasmine Morgan is coming. So this is what you can just simple copy this, that you really want to check that above joy root which user is available, that also you can check that. So I'm just quickly write that, okay fine, this is my page dot locator, this one, and then whatever the first element is available dot text content. Always remember to use first, otherwise it will give you the collection of above joy root. So because above joy root there are multiple texts as available, multiple A's links are available, so it will give you Gary White also, Jasmine Morgan also. So if you really don't want to use first, you can just simple write dot get all text, that also you can use it, but I'm looking for only the specific immediate first element. That's why I'm using first over here. So let's say I'm just storing, this is my above user, I'm printing it on the console. So system.out.println, I'm going to print above user. Same thing, I can check that, okay, below user also. So you can just cross check once again for the below. Just need to change the keyword. Instead of writing above, I'm going to write below. So below John Smith is available. You can see John Smith, it's pointing to John Smith. So I just need to create one more line here, and then I'm saying above user, now this is below user, and then below user I'm going to print, that's it. And this is, instead of above, I'm going to write below here. Perfect. So let's see this is working or not. So run as Java application. Let's see on the console, see it's printing Jasmine Morgan and John Smith. So Jasmine is actually above joy root and John Smith is below joy root. So here you can see that exactly same thing is written over here. Perfect. So this is also absolutely working fine. Then we have one more, that is called the near one. So for example, let's see I'm looking for near joy root, give me all the TDs which are available. So see I'm saying TD colon near, it means near joy root, give me all the TDs. TDs means that all the columns. So see it's giving you that, yeah, you have this joy root, but I have to use $$ here calls here. Why? Because it will give you multiple elements, right? So see, it's giving you 6 elements are available here. You can see that near TD we have this TD, then this one, then this one, then this one, and then this one, like that. So now you can see that yeah, it's giving you only 6 but I can increase the near location on the basis of the number of pixels. See, if you see the official documentation here, once again you can just pass one more thing here, that okay, a distance as the last argument. For example, button near text, it means give me all the buttons which is near this particular text within this particular 120 pixels. So matches a button that is at most 120 pixel away from the element with the text username. So same thing I can also write it over here, that you go to the console once again, and let me just saying that give me within 400 pixels all the TDs which are available. So now it's giving you, see, around 62 it's giving to you, right? So you can just check that again. So TD near text joy root 400. Let's say I'm writing within 200, it's giving you 18. So here you can see that it's 18 text is available, right? So you can just keep increasing the font size, and then see it's giving you all TD up to here, right? Then again you can increase it. Let's see, I'm just saying that give me up to 400. So see here it's giving you up to 400. So you can cross check. There are see 1, 2, number of TDs are available. It's giving you all the TDs here up to, okay, let's see, up to, just keep scrolling down up to here, up to 24, and then some other TDs also available, maybe some hidden TDs or maybe some date TDs also, because you can see near within, it will capture within 410 or 400 pixels, right? So let's say I just want to check that locator as well. So in that case, what I can do, I can just simple copy this particular one, okay, and this time I'm going to use the page.locator once again. This is the locator, and then this will give you what? This will give you number of elements. So I'm going to store inside the okay, so see, this page.locator will give you the locator. So I'll say that locator, and I'm giving a nice name, that is near elements, which is equal to this, and import this particular locator from playwright.locator. This is just like driver.find elements, and then from this near elements, what exactly you want. So from the near elements dot, see this method, give me the text of each and every one, okay, or you can use that all text contents also, that also you can use that. This will also give you the list of a string. So let's say I'm capturing this all inner text, it's giving you list of a string. So I'm storing inside the list of a string, give me the text of each and every TD, and then I'm storing, let's see, near element text is equal to this, right? Import this particular list from java.util, and then I want to fetch it all the text values. So I can write a simple for loop also. So let's see, I'm going to write a simple for each loop, and then this is what the list of a string. So I'm going to say, okay, fine, under this particular string e, in this particular near element text, right, like this. And what exactly you want to capture? I want to capture the value of e. So I just want to print the value of e. Perfect. So I'll repeat once again, within 400 pixels near joy root, give me all the TDs. So it will give you page.locator. In this case, it will give you the locator reference. So I'm storing it, and then from this reference I'm capturing all the inner text, which will give you list of a string. I'm storing it inside a list of a string, iterating it. You can use a stream also, or whatever you want to use that, just to iterate this particular loop. So let's run it again. So near joy root, whatever it's available, it will give you within 400 pixels. So in some cases this might be very useful, especially for traversing of your entire table or something. So see, it's traversing the entire table over here. You can see enabled, labeled, cabin, whatever joy root and everything is actually capturing it over here. See, you can see that Gary White, Jasmine Morgan and everything it's capturing, and then some status also it's capturing here like this. This is also perfectly working fine. Near, not that useful, but can be used in some other use cases as well, right? So this is also fine. Let's take some better examples, some more examples. Let's say I really want to fill a form. So in that case, what will you do? So I'll do one thing. Let me just create one more class here. So I'm going to use, let's see, Orange HRM applications browser. Just open that in Chromium. so that we can inspect the locators here. Okay, so you can see orange HRM. Now let's say I want to fill a couple of values, like below full name I want to enter a value, below email I want to enter a value, below phone number I want to enter a value, right? So this is a good example for below. So that also we can use this. So let's first inspect the elements. Let's try to create the elements with the help of Playwright from here. So see this, I'm going to write Playwright dot dollar and put double quotes here. And first I'm going to inspect this guy, that is full name I'm looking for. Full name is what? Full name is input. So I'm looking for one input which is below of this full name. So I'm looking for one input. So I'll say, okay, fine, input below. So I know that I have to use input colon below. And then below of what? Below of, there is one, see this, I'll just simply go to elements once again, below of this full name. Right, so see this is the label and full name is there. So below this particular text, so I'll say, okay, fine, colon text full name. So see, it's giving you this element. This is perfectly fine. And if you really want to specifically say that which text, so I'll say label text. So label HTML tag also you can write it here. So I'll say label colon text. So it's giving you one, see, input of this. So this is absolutely working fine. Then I can simply say, okay, fine, that I'm going to use this guy. And let's see, page.locator, quickly I'll write it. So let me remove this one first of all. And I'm going to write page.locator. This is what I'm going to use. And then go to the first immediate element that you have found. And then this time I'm going to use fill, and which value that you want to fill. So let's say I'm saying Naveen, you have to fill. Perfect. And the same thing, I can just use it for other guy also. So let's see, I'll just simply go to the console once again. And this time I'm saying that give me the text which is below email. See, email is a second level, right? So see, it's pointing to the business email. So what I can do is that I can simply write this statement 3 times, right? 1, 2 and 3. This is below email. I'm going to enter my email. My email is naveen@gmail.com, something like this. And then again you check that below phone number. So I'll write the label name is phone number, exact phone number that you just apply, phone and capital, and it's just pointing to this one. So like this also you can use it. This is my phone number. Perfect. And let's run it again. So once the page is fully loaded, then it will start entering the values. So see, so fast, naveen@gmail.com, and then Naveen got entered over here. You can see. Perfect. So this is also a nice feature that we can use it here in this particular use case to fill the forms. That also we can do it. Then what else? Then below also we have seen that. Let's see, there is one more near example that I'm going to show you. Let's do one thing. Let's create one more class. Let's go to this site, automationpractice.com. You right click on it and go to inspect. So, right, so what exactly I'm looking for, see this carefully. What you can do is that, for example, let's say I really want to enter the newsletter here, which is enter the email address here, enter your email address. See, I can enter the email address, which is right of newsletter, right? That's also a very good example. So I'll say, okay, fine, I'm looking for this guy, which is actually an input where, see, I can directly use input ID also, but for example, let's say ID is not available. You assume that, okay? I'm not saying you every time you have to use a relative locator, but I'm assuming ID is not available. And then I'm looking for only for this particular newsletter input, right? So in this case, what I'll do that I'm going to inspect this guy, newsletter. Newsletter is this H4. So what should I do? Newsletter is the text actually. So near newsletter, I can use this. Playwright dot dollar, and see this. I'm looking for what? I'm looking for an input which is near what? See, read it like this. Near what? Near there is a text. What is the text? The text is newsletter. So see, this is giving you this one. So I can use this, and okay. Let's see this is working or not. So I'll say that yeah, on this particular page, find this particular locator. And then whatever the first element is there, and then you write a fill what? My email ID. So right? That also you can use that. In fact, you can remove first from here because it's actually near to this particular newsletter immediately. So between you can see that between a newsletter and this, nothing is available. So immediately it will find this guy and will try to enter the value. So let's see it is working or not. So in this case also you can use near Naveen@gmail.com entered over here. Can you see that? See, it got entered here, which is next to newsletter. Perfect. This is so nice. Like, you can just use that if you have multiple same kind of elements, and if you really want to check on the basis of the layout and the related locators, you can do that. Let's take one more example. There is one more example on the same page. For example, I really want to know that for this particular item of this product, the faded short sleeves t-shirts, what is the price? And this is actually available below this particular text, right? And the price is $16.51. So I really want to capture the price of this particular on the basis of this particular text. So how to write a simple Playwright locator query? So I'm looking for, first of all, that 16.51 is what? The 16.51 is actually a span, and this span is actually having this price. You can see that I mean the classes are available, so I can just use a specific class also, because below this there are multiple spans could be available, right? So I'll say that I'm looking for, first of all, remove this thing. I'm looking for a span where these are the two classes. Okay, now, and near what or below what? So I'll say below this text. So below what is the text? The text is colon, and then going to text is this one. This is faded short sleeves t-shirts. So I'm going to inspect this guy and then copy this, go to console, and then this one. So see, it's giving you a span which is 16.51. Right, so you can easily do that. You can just pass printed dresses and other printed dresses also, printed summer dress and everything. It will just exactly whatever the text is below that is written. You can just capture that. So let's see this is actually working or not. So I'm just going to use this the entire locator. Copy this, and I'll say that this is my page dot locator, this one, and then do what? Then from here you just capture. Okay, so I'm just going to use dot first dot whatever the inner text is available, that also you can just capture that, and then if whatever text is coming, you just put a trim here, so that if any extra space is coming, you just trim and then store inside the price and then run it. So let's see this is working or not. And see, first of all, it's entering Naveen@gmail.com, and let's see it's printing 16.51 or not. See, nice, it's printing 16.51 without any space. So below this faded short sleeve t-shirts, 16.51 is the price. That is what we have written below this faded short sleeve t-shirt text. Below this, a span is available. Give me the first element that you find, and then give me the inner text, trim it, store inside the price, and then print it on the console. So like this, you can create a generic function, just pass the product name and capture the text of the price. That's it. So this is so amazing, right? You can just experiment with these relative locators above, below, right side, left side, and the near with the pixels also. You can use that. I'll share this entire code in my repository. Just have a look. Let me know if you are facing any issue. This is an amazing feature. Just try that on different applications. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and God bless you always.